Yeah, I wanted to, like, that's a lot, bro. Like, that's heavy. I don't think people understand, like, we are human. You feel me? Like,
Definitely.
that shit, fighting for my son like that shit took a lot out of me. I wanted to ask you, was it any point of that fight where you felt like you was ready to throw it away? Like, you was just ready to quit?
Nah, I wasn't. I didn't think. I didn't even have that in my thought to
Mm-hmm.
quit. Of the fact that it's not my son that's the problem. It's the mom
Yeah.
trying to take me away from my son. My son is young. He don't know what's going on, and I'm his father. I know him. I love him. So at the end of the day, I can't just take all my anger out on him or be like, you know what, I'm gonna give up on my son because
Right.
that's what the mom wants. So I
Yeah.
always continue having that faith to I'm gonna continue fighting how long, no matter how long I have to, because he's my son. I know him. I've been in his life. I know the relationship I got with him. So I'm gonna continue to fight until the wheels fall off.
Yo,
Like
that's dope.
it doesn't matter to me.
That's strong because I can't say the same for myself. Like, it got to a point for me. I was 3 years in. It felt like forever, you know. Then the child support, then just kept fighting. It definitely had got to a point where I was like feeling like I'm ready to give up. Like, I was depressed. I was stressing. You could see it. You know, I was fighting with friends and family. Like, I was just so, I had that black cloud over me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit really took a lot out of me. And it was definitely a time in that process where I was willing to give her what she want to show her that that's not really what she want. Like, you know, so just, that's kudos to you, bro.
Sometimes that happens too. Once you show that you don't care,
Mm-hmm.
then they'll be like, all right, come, you can see your kid. But
Mm-hmm.
if you show that you do care,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, nah, you're not gonna
You're
see
not
him,
gonna
you
see
know?
it. It's like
Like,
they take it for granted.
yeah,
Like, when I
definitely.
had my daughter with my wife now, everything changed with my son's mother. Like, everything changed. Like, she pushed him on me. You know, it was different. It was a whole different dynamic. I was getting sent baby pictures, like everything. Like, I feel like what people don't understand about fathers is we don't care to just be weekend dads. Like, we don't care to, like, we want to be a part of our children's life every day to day. I want to know what
Definitely.
school he go to. I want to know, you know, what's his favorite fruit, what's his favorite. I just want to be a part of his development, like, and to, you know, to have your son with you every day and to just have that stripped away from you. I think it goes into a whole slew of shit, like mental health. It goes into, like, you know, depression, just why some of us end up in jail. You feel me? Why
Yeah,
some of us end
definitely.
up as drunks. Why some of us end up, you know, just fucked up as people. Like, if you go back into a lot of men's stories, stems from, a lot of it will stem from fatherhood. You know, not being able to just be there, being, having something taken away from them. And I feel like for us, like men like us, it's important for us to be a part of our kids day to day. You
A
know,
1000%, because we're gonna give them that discipline, you
that
know. If they
discipline
fall
that
down, we're gonna
we
be
gonna
like, get
get
up,
up.
get
You
up.
know, a lot of people don't know. Like, my new followers, they don't know that, like, I went through that shit. I fought for my son for 3 years. You know what I mean? He was two. He was two. His mom moved more than 5 hours away. You feel me? She hit me with the, we leaving tomorrow. So it wasn't even like a prep or whatever. She left. I tried to find out, like, you know, come to a solution as when I'm going to see him. She had no solution as to when I was going to see him. And it got to a point where I did that. I went up to the courthouse, put in my visitation, put in my joint custody and everything like that. And they played a lot of games with me, like the court systems. It was hard, bro. Like, that shit fucks with me. That shit fucks with me, bro. Like, yeah, went up there, I put in my visitation. I got visitation. I got a what you call it? When they give you a visitation order, like a pre-visitation order, whatever.
Temporary.
Temporary. I got a temporary order, and but the problem was, being that she had left and she moved more than 5 hours away. When I went up there to get the court date was like for like another year. So yeah, if you know, after
Oh, that
six,
was COVID time too, or no?
nah, this was years ago. This
Oh,
was 2012, 2013,
oh, okay.
2014. I was going through this shit, like, and yeah, after 6 months, if the mother's living in another jurisdiction for more than 6 months, that state has jurisdiction. So being that my court date was over 6 months, I would have been fucked, So I had to write the letter to the judge that was on my docket, explaining the situation to her, and she granted me an earlier court date. So it don't stop there. I got the court date, and this is what why I appreciate what you do, bro, because the courts could be a scary thing for fathers. They make you feel like you don't have no. They make you feel like you don't have no wins. Like the way they was treating me in there, bro. Like the way they was doing me in there for trying to fight for my son to see him, it was crazy. My court date actually wound up getting dismissed out of nowhere. No reasoning behind it. After going to court for a couple months, I just got a letter in the mail said that it was dismissed. Like, random. So I had to go back up to New York, the Queens Courthouse, file another petition, start the whole shit over. At this month, she was in another state for 8 months, 9 months. So Queens Court is saying we don't have jurisdiction anymore. So I had to beg the judge to look into the prior case because I was like, they just dismissed the case for no reason. You know what I mean? So what the judge wanted to find out was that judge retired. The previous judge, she retired, and she just dismissed the case. So I wound up having to go through that. I was in court for about 2-3 years. I got the visitation order, but it was the temporary visitation order. My joint custody shit was voided, whatever, because the first one I tried to file joint custody with visitation, but being that shit got dismissed, technically the judge didn't have jurisdiction at this time, so she was just working with me. I'm not gonna lie, she was working with me. So it comes to a point with the court where I guess you and the mother have to make that decision. Y'all have to make up the schedule, and y'all have to come to an agreement, and the court just finalize it. So
yes,
all of that shit, it just led me right back to having to ask the mother and deal with the mother, which a person that didn't want to deal with me, didn't want me to see my son. I had to come right back to her and come up with a plan to see him. So we can't, I had to bend the knee a little bit, that's the foulest shit about the court system, I feel like. I had to bend the knee a little bit and get what I could get to see my son.
Definitely. There's a powerful motion that you could file when that happens to fathers or any of us, that the other parent goes with our consent to a different state. There's a motion called expedite motion, and the expedite motion means that you didn't give the child, or the court gave them consent to go to a different state or country, anywhere that is not where he needs to be, where the father's at and stuff like that. So once you put that, the judge needs to see you within 72 hours. So I tell a lot of fathers when they're going through that, to file the motion, but do it early as possible so you could be able to see the judge right then and there. So you're going to see the judge, you tell them that she went to a different state or country without your permission, and then they're going to give you papers. You're going to just have to serve her, and then she's going to have to come back.
Nice. Nice. That's the type of shit that I didn't know.
Yeah. I didn't know either. I just learned with the movement now,
bro, that's why
going through it.
Yeah, that's why you were so dope, bro, because you giving us the knowledge without us having to bust our brains to go out and try to find it, which I feel like fathers should do anyway. Like, do your Google researches, read your fucking books, put your footwork in to go see your kid, because it's not easy. But you are a big help for that. Yeah. I wanted to speak on your panel. Y'all don't know, he went to Rikers? You been to Rikers already.
Yeah.
But the panel, where was that? That was in
the Beacon.
In the Beacon.
Yeah.
My boy done been everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you be actively putting in that footwork, bro. Like me, I stay in my lane. I know what my lane is with this. I inspire a lot of fathers to father and to be top tier dads, not just be a dad. And then you do the same thing. Like, and you do it in an actively way. Like, you're physically there, and that right there can be a big turning point for a lot of dudes. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the panel. You was talking to the because they ain't want no smoke with you. They didn't even know how to handle you, bro. Like, you just broke it down. Like, fathers want to be involved in their kids' lives. The system is not for us, and yo, you kind of stumped them.
Yeah,
In
definitely.
You
Yeah,
kind of stumped them, bro.
she like the chamber lady, like she actually like. She was like, she even responded to me like,
yeah,
because
like,
sometimes when you go over there, they can hear you, but they don't have to ask you no questions.
oh,
You know, so she actually let me answer 2 questions afterwards.
She
So
did.
that's something that I was like very good, and I was nervous because it's my first time
I
doing
bro,
it.
but you did
I
that
was
shit, bro.
yeah.
That's why I'm like, that's why I commend
know?
you, bro. Because, bro, I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of guy to be out there in front of family court with the like, yo, let's get it. Like, that's when I seen that, bro. That shit really, it touched me, bro. Like, no Diddy, but it really touched me, bro. I was like, damn, bro, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. So I don't know if you want to speak about the Father Speak Up.
Yeah,
Like,
so
do you have any place like they could go and like donate to that or
yeah, right
like
now on my Instagram, on my bio, I got the GoFundMe.
And I'm gonna put your shit up on the thing.
Yeah, so we could just get that out there because that's something I'm really looking forward, because I feel like after that I could start doing like a podcast and put it out there.
Bro. Yeah,
right then, it's
bro.
already getting hot out.
Right.
And then I could start interviewing fathers for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Doesn't matter how much time they need, we could do it. But right now I'm just like interviewing fathers. I do it for like a minute and 40 seconds. So it could be a reel, because with the reel, it spread more awareness, and then it reposts that people could.
And that's what I was gonna get on too. Like, the difference between like the other father organizations, and I'm not gonna say any names, the other father organizations, and what you're doing with Father Speak Up is that you're attacking its social media. Like, and social media is like the real game. Like, that's what's getting people to pay attention. Like, people are not going to be like into having to do the work to look for the organization. Like, your shit is like right there. You in front of Queens Courthouse. Like, it's just different.
Because you know what it is? Like,
it feels so different.
If there's another movement out there, like the Fathers got, like they just doing things individually. Like, they'll probably take
that's what it is.
They'll probably like, hey, come to my office. What's going on? Write it in a book.
That's what it is.
Then they'll just put it under the desk. What we doing is we're trying to ask the world for help. We want the world to know what fathers are going through, and that we need fathers' rights, you know, because why is all the fathers going through this? Why once the mom says this and this, now we don't get no type of justice, you know? We have the right to, because right now we're supposed to have the 50-50 joint custody, mom and dad, but it doesn't happen here, you know? Right now in Florida, it goes in effect July 1st, single or married. Fathers and the mothers are going to have the 50-50 joint custody. Right now, 3 laws that I want to change for fathers is this.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I want to do a mandatory paternity test. As soon as the woman is 6 months pregnant, you could do a mandatory paternity test for you to know that child is yours, because what happened is 10, 12 years down the line, things don't start working out with the mom. That's not even your child. You're not even the father. So now, if you still gotta pay child support. If you're not the father and you sign that birth certificate, you have 90 days to appeal it. If you don't appeal it, you don't appeal it within 90 days, that means you and that birth certificate, you the father, you're gonna have to pay the child support regardless. And I feel like that's unfair, because who's gonna know within 90 days that that's not their child and things like that. Number 2 is because a lot of fathers are paying child support. A lot of fathers now, they don't even want to work. They don't even want to work in the books.
That was me.
Because all the money is going to the mother. So child support to me, like, I feel like is for deadbeats. Because if you're a father and you want to be there for the child, why would you have to be on child support? You're going to provide for your child when you're there for him, you know? And if you can help the mom, you can help the mom out. But you're going to know what your child needs, what he wants, because you're going to be present, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I feel about it. With the child support, what I want to do is I want to put in a sample of like an EBT, like a food stamp.
I heard you say that on your panel. That's
the money is being spent on our children, not the mom doing her nails and things like that. And I feel like if we get this law changed, a lot of mothers or anybody that's dealing with child support, they're not going to want to put the other person on child support, because now they're going to be like, it's not going to work in my favor just give me whatever you could, you know, behind the scene, and we don't gotta go through that. I feel like that, you know, because
I'm with you on that 100%.
I feel like with child support, like the money goes to the mom, nothing goes to the child. Like, or
So,
if it goes to the child, you don't. We want no proof. What did you spend the money on for my son or my daughter? I want to know. And also, like, this is just a little extra, but every time we do pay child support, why we can't get a little phone call for my kids? Oh yeah, Dad, I got this, for they could know that we supporting them, we providing for them. Because if we paying child support and the children's, if we not there or anything, how they know that we providing for them, you know? So
the second law that Father Speak Up would like to change is the child support, getting the EBT card to be able to show like where that money is going. And we're not saying that all mothers spend the money on bullshit.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But as a human, like as a person, as a father, you just would like to know where your money is going.
The third one is like the law that they just putting in Florida, that we able to get the 50-50 joint custody, single or divorce, it doesn't matter, you know, as long as the child is in good hands and you're the father, of course, that you able to see him or something like.
Yeah, bro. Like, yo, this was dope. I commend you so much, because to be going through it and to be helping other people is difficult. Like, when I was going through it, I didn't have it in me to help nobody else. Like, when I was in the court systems fighting for my son, fighting to see him, I did not have it in me to help somebody else. Like, I just didn't have it in me.
Yeah.
Physically, not that I didn't want to, but I just didn't have it in me physically. So for you to be, like, to be able to do that and going through your shit, it shows how selfless you are. I became a black cloud when I couldn't see my son. Like, you didn't want to be around me. Like, so for you to have that, this is why I commend you, bro. And I'm going to keep doing that, because I've been there and I know how difficult that is, bro. To be going through that, not seeing your own flesh and blood, but helping other people get their success.
Definitely.
Like, that's so selflessness, bro. That shit is crazy, bro.
Yep.
Like,
get to the fact.
Okay.
Get to the facts.
Get to the So facts. 17.8 of custodial parents in the United States are actually fathers.
Wow.
Which is crazy, right? So this statistic is a powerful reminder that fathers increasingly taking on the role of custodial parents in the United States. It highlights the fact that fathers are no longer just the breadwinners, but are actively involved in the day-to-day care of their children. This statistic is a testament to the changing dynamics of family life and the importance of fathers in the lives of their children. So, for me, what I got from this statistic was that fathers want to be part of their kids' lives day to day. We don't care to just be the breadwinners. We don't care to just be weekend dads. We want to be actively day-to-day fathers, and 17.8% of us is actually doing it. You have anything to add to that?
Yeah, like, what happens is with this is like, we great fathers. We want to be there.
Yep.
So we want to see our children raised. We want to see them do good, you know?
Right. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Yo, Dionis, this is not like usually how I ended the other one, but I'm going to just come over to you, bro. I love you, bro. I love what you're doing, bro.
Thank you for having me here today,
bro.
my brother.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thanks for listening to the show. Tune in to Intentional Grown Men. Review, subscribe on YouTube. Instagram is Kings and Queens. That's KINGZ NQUEENZ, the number 7. Review, subscribe, like, share, comment. Let us know your thoughts. This was one of those ones. How was that?
Perfect.
Yo, Dionis, bro. You my bro, bro.
Nah.
You my guy now, bro.
You ready,
So,
bro?
yes, sir.
Definitely.
I appreciate you, bro. This was